As UK Prime Minister Theresa May looks to shore up her Brexit alliance inside the EU, we asked Bank of America Chief Executive Brian Moynihan about the uncertain political landscape. Here's what he said in a Bloomberg exclusive interview.
We see it as in the mid ones, and you see, 1.25, 1.5 type of levels. We think it's fairly fundamental. You think it's caught up with itself. The restructuring of the financial sector is through, and it's not going to be a lot. It's not going to hurt the economy. So we feel fairly constructive. The big wild card is how Brexit will fall out, and you just don't know because they're negotiating as we speak. And you read the paper one day, it's going to look like this, and the next day it's going to look like that. It's hard because this is trying to take in a short period of time and rewrite, tremendous, 35, 40 years or whatever of history of how they came to this point and instantaneously change it. So I think nobody can predict the outcome of that. I don't think it's good overall for Europe because it was kind of moving along and just, people were spending a lot of money figuring out what to do as opposed to spending that time trying to help clients and customers. And they're not going to get anything more out of this. And so I think it's a negative, but I don't think it's a strong negative as long as it's managed well by the policymakers. And I think they're trying to do that. There's no incentive for them to make this thing screw up their growth rate. And so we feel pretty good about it.
So you say you're spending a fair amount of time figuring out what to do as these negotiations seem to go on forever. Doesn't seem to be an end in sight right now. I'm not expecting you to say what you're going to do today, but when do you need to decide? I mean, is there a first mover advantage for a large bank to tell their employees, okay, we've decided, we're going to Paris, we're going to Frankfurt, we're going to Dublin? Is there some pressure on you to decide it before this whole thing gets resolved? If there was
a decision you could make, that would be an advantage, but it wouldn't be first mover because everybody'd have the rules and you could do it. And this is tough on people there, and I was there a few months ago, and our teammates in the UK, and you're saying, look, this is real people, have real kids in school, we're trying to figure out where they're going to live, next year, the year after, are they going to be moved, are they going to be there, this is very difficult. And as soon as we figure out what's going to happen, we will tell people and let them know. The problem is we don't have the set of rules yet. We have made some fundamental decisions. Ireland is where the new legal entities we house, and we moved some people there, and Bruce Thompson, our former CFO, is over there, and he's trying to steward this thing through, and we're building up our capacity to have that legal entity operated there, and working with them to get the approvals. Those are sort of structural things, and there'll be a amount of people. But the real question was, what are the rules of where you can live and work with customers? So inside the EU, you have to be inside the EU to talk to a customer. All these kinds of things, which will still be worked out. But it's tough on people.